Well, good afternoon, in fact good evening. Welcome to an edition of From the Hive. We've opened Abigail Hive up today, and we've got some ladies feeding here, bees feeding, worker bees. And what we see here is during the week we were told about a swarm that had occurred. Bees will swarm, they do need to swarm, and sometimes they swarm in spite of you giving them extra space, as we did. We think the swarm came from here, which means we have less bees, and the original queen has gone off. We didn't see the queen at all. We have seen plenty of stores in here of some uncapped honey. This is honey which is still being evaporated, and in addition also of pollen, which is very necessary as well, because pollen is a food that is used by the bees to make royal jelly, which is needed to feed the queen up. And the queen is a very busy person, bee, and she makes lots of eggs, 1,500 or so to 2,000 eggs a day, which is quite an amazing feat. But as we were learning about today in a bee conference, it's the workers that control a lot of things, although the queen does control a lot of things as well. So that's it was quite an interesting conference. We are now working out what to do and trying to fit frames from a second brood box back into the main brood box again, and this is to give the workers the maximum possible chance. We have actually found some chalk brood, which is perhaps not quite so good, but it's generally something that will sort itself out over a period of time. So the bees are what they call with not queen right, so without a queen. So they're dancing around a wee bit more. We hope that we did see some queen cells, which are kind of cup-shaped, acorn-shaped cells on here, and that suggests that the workers are going to be producing a scrub queen. Sometimes better to let nature take its course on this, and the first queen out will come and put an end to all the rest, quite possibly. But again, it's the workers that actually decide whether or not to protect the egg or the queen or not. So it can get a bit messy in there, but anyway, it's a case of the best queen will win, and then she will be nudged into doing a mating flight with up to 10 to 17 males over a period of days. And she will also have to go to the drone gathering zone. I think it's the drone gathering zone. Anyway, she goes there and then she mates up. She doesn't have very good eyesight, so this is a very interesting fact. Anyway, we are going to be closing up Abigail Hive now. We will be coming back to check. I've got an examination coming up on Thursday over the hive, so I will have to explain to the examiner exactly what we're seeing, what's happened, what the bees are up to, and try to demonstrate some reasonable beekeeping skills. So that will be very interesting. We're going to be opening up the other hive very soon, and my wonderful other half is here and doing a lot of the work. Thank you. Well, welcome back again. We're now into Chloe Hive, and pleased to say that we have even seen the queen, which is really good. Although we have noted several queen cells, just like we saw in the other hive, but we have also got in here at least 5-6 frames which have been filled up with brood, which is very good to see. A lot of bees in here, which is fantastic. I'm now going to take these bees out, and on here you can actually see honey, or what will become honey. All that glistening stuff, the bees are going to be evaporating, and then they will actually cap that with a cap, which I'll show you in just a moment by taking out one of the other frames that we've already had a look at. But you can see that they're really busy going over this, and the larger bees on here, like here, you can see a drone bee there, and these others are the worker bee. The drone bees do not have any sting on them at all. So I'm going to put this one back, and we'll have a look at one of the frames that is filled up with brood. And
do you want one with the queen cell on?
ooh, we might be able to find that.
Yeah, that was the second one. Which side it was on? Oh yeah.
So close to the top, and you can actually see this. You can see pearly white brood just in here like that. You can also see other colours in there. Now that is the pollen that's in there, and you never know, you might actually see the queen, because she does race about here, and she has special glands on her feet, and she leaves a special scent for other bees to smell, which basically it's a kind of because I'm worth it smell, and she leaves that all over the hive so they know that she's doing what she should be doing. And the sort of, well, creamy sort of orangey colour is the capping that's on here to cover them, cover the brood up once they're just going to be getting ready to hatch out, because they get covered over. They get also given a brood food, and in here, can you just see there should be a grub. I think I can see a grub inside that queen cell. You might or might not be able to see it.
Yeah.
Okay. And there are also drone cells here. So this is quite a busy hive. This is the Chloe hive. And last year, I mustn't speak too soon, but last year we had quite a time with this hive by way of some rather buzzy bees. Now the bees here, if we treat them right, hopefully they'll keep us right. But we are a bit concerned, well, I mean, just simply because bees do what they normally do, and they will swarm. So we hope that they aren't going to swarm, but we are going to have this examination, as I say, so we have to keep a close eye on it. And I will be coming down here to do some work on it. There's still enough smoke coming out of here. Now the smoke actually simulates a forest fire, so if the bees scent that, they will automatically dive for cover, as you can see. And we'll do that. We're going to be using this. It helps to keep the bees under some kind of control. They go and gorge themselves on honey, and it makes it a lot easier to operate. The reason we're doing that in this case is because just to scrape off some wax off the top here, which I have to do very, very diligently with a hive tool, hoping that I'm not going to get stung in the process. It would become even more concerning if these wax cells, which the bees provide, they secrete wax, and they need to eat or sup up to 3 pounds of honey to produce 1 pound of wax. So it's quite a costly thing, is wax. And of course we use wax for the wax candles. So if we're just gentle with it, trying not to hurt the bees at all, they'll repay us by hopefully not stinging. I think they are becoming slightly angsty, so I'll try a little bit more, but hopefully I'm not going to be jumping back with stings.
Yes, some of their drone brooders, a bit near the top too, isn't it? Yeah,
yes.
We can see one that...
Not just their food, but just their drone brood. So with a bit of care, to be quite honest, I'm looking at this and thinking perhaps we'd better be a bit more careful about this.
Yeah, we need to keep it tidy though, because otherwise it's...
We do need to keep it tidy. It's a bit difficult when the bees do lay drone in all sorts of places, but this is going to need, I think, another refill, and that would be the time to actually we'll be back again another time. From the hive, signing off for today.